Hey folks, in today's society, we're really focusing on how to get fit, how to lose weight, how to be more healthy. And so far, I have been able to lose 72 pounds with proper nutrition and exercising. So many people have asked me, well, how in the world have you lost your weight? So far, I'm down 72 pounds and counting. I'm still losing. You're looking at a guy that for years tried every diet under the sun. I tried to have one meal a day. I tried to cut out soda, but still eat, whatever I wanted. I tried to just cut out all bread, all carbohydrates. That doesn't work. One reason that only having one meal a day, let's say, a lot of people want to just go ahead and cut out breakfast, they cut out lunch, and they have one meal, like one dinner, like we'll say at 6. If you only had one meal a day at 6 and then eat again until the following day at 6, your body can go into starvation mode. And instead of actually losing weight, you actually would be gaining weight, or at least holding on to your weight, because your body's metabolism would slow completely down. Think about a camel in the middle of the desert that would stop and get water. It doesn't know exactly when it would get water again, so it would hold on to that water. Same with our bodies. If we don't know when we're going to eat again, if we don't know, as our bodies wouldn't know when we're going to eat again, our metabolism slows way down, and our food is not burnt like it should, and it turns into stored body fat. So we actually need to eat often to lose weight. 6 meals, 5 to 6 meals a day is how many that we should actually have. When you actually figure out a plan for yourself, you have to first figure out your BMR. Your BMR is your basal metabolic rate. There's many websites, and if you look down on the very bottom here, I have it linked from my website, and there's a link there that will actually take you to a site that will show you your BMR. You have to put in your height, your weight, your age, and your sex, and it would actually give you your BMR. When I started, I was 6'2", I was 286 pounds, and my BMR was 2,556. Now, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is basically the number of calories that you would burn off if you would just lay in bed, and that's it. No exercise at all. To figure out how many calories you would burn if you had very little or no exercise, you would take that number, the BMR, and you multiply it by 1.2. That's basically if you would just get up and if you would just go to work and you wouldn't work out, you would come home at night, you watch TV, and you go back to bed again. And at 286 pounds, I would need 3,067 calories, about 3,000 calories to live. And so at 286 pounds, 3,000 calories would be burnt just by living. It's a lot. Okay. To lose 1 pound, we need to burn 3,500 calories. And people hear that number and they're like, oh, wow, that's a big number. And really, when you think about it, it's not if you can break it down. If I would take 3,000 calories, what I could actually have in a day, and I would subtract 500 calories from that, so 3,000 subtract minus 500, 2,500 calories. That's 500 calories under what my body needs to maintain, or what it needed to maintain 286 pounds. So 500 times 7 days in a week is 3,500 calories. That's 1 pound that you would lose, that I would have lost alone just by cutting out 500 calories from my diet. I took it a step further. I cut out 1,000 calories. And 1,000 calories times 7 days is 7,000 calories, and that's 2 pounds a week. I also did P90X. And really, the workout that you want to do doesn't really matter, just as long as you are active. P90X, on average, burns between 500 and 600 calories. So, and you do it 6 days a week. So 500 calories times 6 days is 3,000 calories. So at my height, I was actually losing almost 3 pounds a week. 2 to 3 pounds a week is perfect. You don't want to lose 10 pounds a week. You don't want to lose 20 pounds a week. Truly, 2 or 3 pounds a week, or about 12 to 15 pounds a month, is perfect. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you don't want to lose it too fast, because then you have extra skin. Okay, and if you lose it slowly, your body would actually adjust with your weight loss. So 2 or 3 pounds a week is just right. Also, down, like I said, link down below is the actual meal plan that I followed. It was called the Fat Shredder Diet, and with this diet, you get 50% of your calories comes from protein, 30% comes from carbohydrates, and 20% comes from fat. And the way that works is the 50% protein actually will help you build lean muscle. And the more muscle that our bodies have will actually help us burn fat, even when we're not working out. The 30% carbohydrates is just enough to get you through the day, and the 20% fat is low, like we should have. And here's the cool thing: when you work out, then the fat that you burn I'm sorry, that when you work out, then the energy that you use up is the stored fat in our bodies. So we're actually losing fat and building muscle at the same time. It's perfect. Here's some more facts that I didn't know that really makes sense now. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrates is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So when I followed my 2,000 calorie diet, which again was 1,000 calories under the 3,000 that I needed to maintain my weight, because I didn't want to maintain, I wanted to lose. The 2,000 calories is broken down like this. 50% of my calories was protein, so 50% or half of 2,000 is 1,000 calories. 1,000 calories is protein with my meal plan. It was because protein's because 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. I was actually given 250 grams of protein a day. 600 calories, or 30% of my calories, needed to be carbohydrates, or 150 grams. 400 calories, or 20%, needed to come from fat, or 45 grams. And I really believe it's very, very important to track your food. And people will be like, oh, but I can't, I don't have the time. It's really, really an effort, and I don't have that flexibility in my day to track my food. It's simple. I would recommend going to myfitnesspal.com, www.myfitnesspal.com. It's also a free app for your Android phone or your iPhone or your iPad, and you can actually keep a food diary, a food log right there. And it's pretty neat because after you actually do it for a couple of days, it keeps a summary. It keeps like a database of your food. So if you go to breakfast, it brings up all your food, and then you can just say, okay, I ate this, I had this, and then it's imported in. It keeps track of your calories, your protein, your carbs, and your fat. It can also keep track of your sugar, keep track of your fiber, and it gives you a running total. So you know where you fall with your daily budget. If you hit your numbers, whether that be 500 whatever your baseline calorie intake is. For me, like I said, it was 3,000. If you take your baseline, subtract 500, and set for the 50-30-20 plan, you'll lose 1 pound. Take your baseline number, subtract 1,000 calories, and keep the 50% protein, 30% carbohydrate, 20% fat. You'll lose 2 pounds a week. People also want to know, when should they eat? And it's funny because the more often we eat, the more frequently we have small meals, the faster our metabolism will actually be. Also will help regulate sugar. So I would really recommend eating, like I said, 6 times a day, and start your first meal, your breakfast, about no more than an hour after you wake up in the morning. And then have a snack about 2.5 hours later. And then have lunch about 2.5 hours after that. And then a snack after that, 2.5 to 3 hours. And then dinner after 2.5 hours after that. And then finally, about 2.5 hours or 3 hours after that, you have your PM snack. And then really try not to eat anything 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. 2 more quick points. Water. We need to all drink water. It helps our metabolism as well. 1/2 of our body weight should be drank in ounces. So if a man weighs 200 pounds, he should drink about 100 ounces of water. If a woman weighs 100 pounds, she's drinking about 50 ounces of water. A great rule of thumb. Take your body weight, cut it in half, drink that many ounces in water. Also, check your fiber. 25 to 30 grams of fiber is needed as well. So I know I really gave a lot of information here. If you would just go ahead and, like I said, check the link I have posted back here. Everything that I just covered is on that. And I really believe if you follow this, you will lose weight. You follow this, you will lose fat, and you'll actually build muscle. Do not stay on this diet for longer than 2 or 3 months, and make sure you get your fiber, make sure that you drink your water. And if you want to check back in with me, make me your free Beachbody coach. I'll keep you accountable, I'll help you stay motivated, and I'll help you succeed. Thanks.